Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the Yamasumi concept. Okay, Yamasumi is a Japanese word. It means line balancing. First, it is very good to understand about what is the concept of Yamasumi. Now you can read this definition. Yamasumi is a Japanese word that literally mean to stack up. Yamasumi work balance chart are used to visually present the work content of a series of tasks and facilitate work balancing and the isolation and elimination of non-value added work content. Okay, now you can see some sample Yamasumi chart. This is very simple sample Yamasumi chart. When we look at the x-axis, it is clearly show number of operations. In the y-axis, okay, it is clearly show the time. Number of operation means, okay, we think about some production line. It may be contain 30 operations, 20 operations or 25 operations. As example, okay, in this case, I consider only the 10 operations. Okay, you can see operation 1, operation 2, likewise, operation 10. This bar shows you what is the cycle time. Okay, operation 1, what is the cycle time? Operation 2, what is the cycle time? Operation 8, what is the cycle time? Actually, cycle time we have to take from the stopwatch. Okay, that means we have to do some capacity study after we start the production process on the floor. By taking the capacity study, okay, we can we can calculate the cycle time. There is a red line, I think you can see. That line we usually call takt time line, or sometimes we call it as a pitch time line. Okay, now you can see how we calculate the takt time and the pitch time. If we want to calculate pitch time, this is the equation. SMV we have to divide from number of operators. SMV means standard minute value. I think almost all members know standard minute value mean if we consider some product, if it is go through several activities, several operations, every operation has defined time. When we add all the operations defined time, okay, it is called standard minute value. Okay. So if we want to calculate pitch time, we can calculate by using this equation. Then if we want to calculate takt time, this is the equation. Time available to complete the order divided by order quantity. So from the pitch time as well as the takt time, it's given as the flow rate. Flow rate. What is mean by flow rate? Flow rate mean if there are 30 operations, it may be 25 operations, whatever the number of operations, every member participate to that operation, they have some specified given time. That is the flow rate. That is the flow rate. So now you can again understand, okay? So from this red line, we are giving takt time or pitch time. That means the flow rate. So what is mean by Yamasumi? What is mean by line balancing? Okay, you can see this is the flow rate required, if not standard time given to each and every operations. But reality is different. This bar shows the reality. Some people take more than time when compared with the takt time or pitch time. Some people take less than time when compared with the takt time or pitch time. So line balancing mean, okay, if we want to achieve the required target, all the operations time has to be equal to the takt time or pitch time. In practically, we can't equate 100%, but it has at least more than 85%, it has to be equal to the takt time of each time. That is the actual task of the industrial engineers on the operation floor. Okay. Now you can see, okay, there are so many bottlenecks. No, when compare with the takt time or pitch time, you can see there are some bottlenecks. That mean bottlenecks mean operation take the time more than the takt time or pitch time. So bottleneck mean in front of every these kind of operation there can be several WIPs. So that mean the product will not be moved. That mean there are some bottleneck. So if we want to hit the target, achieve the target, we have to smoothly flow the product. That means we have to reduce the bottleneck. Okay. When consider about the bottleneck reducing process, we should have some idea about what is the value adding activity. This is the definition. If any process change the shape, nature, or composition of the product, it is called value adding activity. Other special thing you have to keep in your mind, if any activity, okay, if any activity requested by the customer, request by the customer, okay, it is also value adding activity. It is also value adding activity. Okay, so you have to keep in your mind, if any process change the shape, nature, or composition of the product, it is called value adding activity. And other than that, if any activity requested by the customer, it is also value adding activity. It is also value adding activity. Okay. Now you can see when we consider each and every operation, okay, there are, I already given two colors, okay, that green color represent the value adding activities, red color represent the non-value adding activities. Now you can see, okay, each and every operations, okay, there are some value adding portion and as well as non-value adding portion. So our task is we have to identify the non-value adding portion, then we have to act on non-value adding process and we have to eliminate or reduce. Then only we can reduce the bottleneck and we can balance the line to smooth flow. Okay. We'll do some example. Okay, we'll do some example. You please think. Okay, in here some person. In here some person. Okay, in here some person. Nearest to the person, there is a table. This is table. This is table. On the table, okay, we put some marker pen, and from that person, okay, within some reasonable distance, okay, there is a whiteboard also. Whiteboard. Okay, right. Whiteboard here, person here, then nearest to the person, table, and on the table, there is a marker pen. So we assign the work to that person, okay? That person has to write on the board word lead. That person task is that person has to write on the board word lead. So overall task is write on the board. Now we have to improve the that person task and we have to reduce the non-value adding activity. So before reduce the non-value adding activities, we have to identify what are the value adding and what are the non-value adding. If we want to identify that, definitely we want to divide this total task into the elements. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about what are the elements on this task. Okay. First element, that person has to take the pen. Take the pen. After take the pen, that person has to move to the whiteboard. So go to the whiteboard. Then person has to open the clip of the pen. Then he or she can write on the board. After write, again close the clip of the pen. Then again move to the table and keep the pen on the table. Those are the elements. I think it is clear to you. Okay. As per our discussion, okay, these are the elements. Element number one, take pen. Element number two, go to the board. Element number three, open the clip. Element number four, write on the board. Element number five, close the clip. Element number six, go to the table again. Element number seven, keep the pen. Now we should have to understand what is the value adding element. According to these elements, by considering the definition, customer required to write on the board. That is only the customer required. In here, no composition change, no nature change, okay, no shape changes. So we have to consider only the customer requirement. Based on the customer requirement, this is the one and only element which add the value to the total operation. So we have to reduce this one. We have to eliminate or reduce this one. We have to eliminate or reduce this one. We have to reduce or eliminate this one. Likewise, we have to reduce or eliminate other all activities, because other all activities are non-value adding activities. Okay. We'll think. Go to the board. When we focus about this task, if we can remove the table, and if that person has to if that person can go to nearest to the board, then definitely we can eliminate go to the board and go to the board and go to the table again. That two elements we can eliminate. Then pen every time uh, in that person's hand. So take pen and keep the pen elements also we can eliminate. Now open the clip and close the clip. If we write on the board continuously, it is no need to open or close the clip. So that means we can eliminate these two non-value adding activities also. So now we have only the value adding activity. That means when we improve bottleneck, first we have to write down the elements. Then we have to identify what is the value adding. Then we have to identify what are the non-value adding activities. Non-value adding activities, if we can, we have to remove. If not, we have to reduce. After done all the things on non-value adding activities, only we can think about the value adding activities. Now we can think how to improve the value adding activities. Maybe speed up the time taken to that value adding activity by enhancing the morale, motivating. Then we can introduce some innovation. So based on that, we can improve the value adding activity. I think it is very clear to you. Okay, I'm moving to next slide. Improvement activities. Okay, reduce the non-value adding activities. Okay, then combine the element as well as operation. Sometimes elements we can combine, sometimes two operations also we can combine. Then eliminate the non-value adding activities. That improvement process usually we called as, okay, that improvement element usually we called as what we call R R C E. What is mean that? Reduce, combine, eliminate. Okay. So in here, red color sentence, method study and workplace arrangement. If we want to reduce, combine, or eliminate, definitely we have to do the method study. And based on the method studies, we have to do the workplace workplace arrangement related activities. After we address the non-value adding activities, as I told previously, then we can think about how to enhance the value adding activities. Sometimes we can reduce the stoppages. It is called in manufacturing burst. We can reduce the number of bursts. Okay. Then speed up the activity through enhance the morale and confidence level of the operator. Introduce some innovations. Okay. Then by doing those things, we can enhance the that means we can reduce the time taken for the activity, cycle time, then bottleneck also we can remove. Okay. These are the main three benefits which we can gain through the Yamasumi concept. First one, reduce the time waste. Second one, lead to process being arranged. The third one, achieve a sense of balance toward target. I think it is very clear to you now regarding the Yamasumi concept. I would like to summarize all the things which I have discussed. Okay. Uh, Yamasumi is Japanese concept, Japanese word, but it's mean line balancing. When we consider the production line, there can be several operations, maybe 20, 25 likewise. Okay. But if we want to achieve the target, okay, we have to, everyone in the production line, all people have to achieve the flow rate. Flow rate means takt time or pitch time. Okay. So first we have to do capacity study. Based on the capacity study, we have to draw the Yamasumi chart. Then each and every columns of the Yamasumi chart shows the cycle time of each and every operations. Then we can calculate pitch time or takt time by using two equations there. If you want to calculate pitch time, the equation is pitch time equal SME divided by number of operators. If you want to calculate takt time is equal number of minutes which we have to complete the order divided by order quantity. Then we can, after calculate, we can draw the pitch time or takt time line. Then based on that, we can identify what are the operation take more time when compared with the takt time or pitch time. That means those operations are the bottleneck operations. Then we have to identify bottleneck operations. Now we have to reduce the time of bottleneck operation. How we reduce the bottleneck operations? First, we have to study element-wise time study. So we have to divide the element. By dividing the element, we can identify what are the value adding and non-value adding. So first, we have to attack to the non-value adding activities. After that, how we attack to the value adding activities, we have to do the method study and workplace arrangement. By doing those things, okay, we can reduce, combine, or eliminate some non-value adding activities. Then we can focus the value adding activities, and we can enhance value adding activities by reducing the burst, by enhancing the morale, by enhancing the confidence level of operator, if not by introducing the innovations. This is the basic concept of Yamasumi chart. I think it is very clear to you. So I'm expecting to come you another time how to analyze the capacity study sheet. That will be the next video. Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet again.